Oh, yes. Take it easy.
Success in fishing is relative.
Good job.
Yeah. One good catch makes it worth the trip. With that in mind, Captain Mark at AnglersChannel.com offers several tips that will help make your adventure a success.
That's a good one.
First, get to know the lake.
These fish on this lake, when they get through spawning, they usually come straight out here to these main river channel edges. And it's the time frame that takes them from there to get here that they're just...
And if you don't happen to live next to a lake like Bass Pro Jason Quinn, go online, get a map, or just ask around. Your efforts will be rewarded.
Whoa!
That's my best bass of the spring so far, JD.
The next tip is my favorite. Know the weather.
Bluebird skies, and that's it. What we've got right now.
And there's no worse, is it?
No worse. Day after a cold front, bluebird skies, high pressure, northwest wind, everything's against us. Everything. Your ideal conditions for the river: low water, clear water, warm water, and bright sunshine, believe it or not. And then we have high water, dirty water, and rain. Here we go. Heard that before.
Every time we go out with you, the weather doesn't always work out the way you wish it would.
It never does.
But he always puts us on fish. Next, don't be afraid to try something different. On a recent beach adventure, Captain Mark noticed that everyone was using a gotcha plug. We, however, decided to switch to a super fluke, and boy did it pay off.
I got that baby this time.
Finally, when all else fails, like a true fisherman, remember a good excuse.
Fish up here, they're not normal.
That's not typical around here in the summertime.
Here we go. Oh! Oh!
Got that one okay, we did.
Hey, at least I hooked one, right?
And this year, for some reason, I guess it's the weather, it has been feast or famine.
That's fishing. If it was anything different, it would be called catching.
Good cast. Bring it in slow now. You know, some of the best fishing memories are the ones you have with your kids. And this week, that's our focus as we take you out to a recent fishing derby at Salem Lake and a fishing expo at Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
Reeling up. Fast. Okay. Reel it, baby. Woo-hoo. Woo.
Right.
Look, baby.
Here. Hold the weight.
No.
For these kids, size simply didn't matter.
It's relaxing. It's just fun. I enjoy it.
Here you go, boys.
For those who fish for a living, it's much more than that.
Well, they're the future of the sport, really. I mean, if all us old guys keep all these secrets to ourselves, and you know, it's going to die with us. We got to teach these youngins how to do it.
Hold it, and Mom and Papa will take a picture of it.
Wow.
I think it's really important. I mean, there's so many things that a kid can get in trouble with now. If you start a kid out fishing real early, he'll stick with it. Keeps him out of trouble.
I'm seeing all sizes, kids, I mean, youngins up to, say, 15 years old. They all seem real happy.
Where's your worm? Where's the worm? I don't know. Get your
I
number.
think the biggest thing is just to be out with the family. That's the best thing. Well, it's a good family activity. I mean, it's wholesome. I mean, everybody can do it. Just go sit on the bank, have a good time, spend some time with your family.
I got it! I got the biggest one!
I'd say the fish isn't the only one that got hit. I'm Austin Cavanis. That's this week's Real Adventure.
Oh my God! I caught that!
Good job. All right, you want to come up here?
Walk into any pet store and you'll see cute kittens, beautiful birds, and slithering snakes. But it's a prehistoric-looking pet that's most popular this holiday season. Iguanas are a big hit. These scaly darlings of the reptile world are coming to the U.S. in record numbers. A National Pet Industry Association says there's been a 10-fold increase in iguana imports since 1988. Lizard lover Brad Chambers understands why.
They have the crest of spines on the head, they have the huge jowls, they have the scales, and they're quite fearsome appearing, even though they're pretty mild-tempered.
Chambers takes care of all the reptiles at a pet store in Liverpool. He predicts hundreds of lizards will be given as Christmas gifts this year in central New York. One of the reasons iguanas are so popular is because they're really cute when they're small, but they're not recommended for everyone because they do grow. This iguana is 32 inches long, and it's only about half grown. There are plenty of alternatives in the lizard family that make easier to care for pets. Veiled chameleons have independently focusing eyes and long tongues. Then there's the leopard gecko, the one with all the spots.
Leopard geckos are wonderfully popular this time of year. We're selling more of those even than iguanas. Very tame, they only get about 8 or 9 inches long, very beautiful skins and colors.
But before you rush out to the pet store to buy, remember this. Some reptiles can be expensive to care for, and not everyone will appreciate one as a gift.
After Christmas, we do get people calling up saying they've received an iguana, have no idea how to care for it.
Oh, a lot of people do it. I've done it myself. I've done it myself with my own car.
Listen to the locksmith. It happened to him and it happened to us, just like it's happened to everyone else. We had stopped to tape a nice picture for the night's weather report at Russ Pond when we realized the keys were in the car, locked in the car. Usually when you lock your keys in the car or lose the directions or forget to bring an umbrella, you get mad about these situations. Well, we felt like doing that too until we decided to take in some of the sights. And isn't that what county roads are for in the first place? On County Route 4, every way you look, there is something to see. To the north, there's even traffic, although on this day, the Canadian geese outnumbered the cars. To the east, the ducks seemed to have a much smoother trip to wherever they were headed. We looked south for a locksmith, but saw only a lumber yard. And to the west, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Meantime, the geese are still having a tough time with the road, and our keys are still locked in the car. Well, the birds took a break from the road and had a snack, and eventually help arrived for us. And thanks to our colleague, we got back on the road. And eventually, the geese got across the road, which may prove the point that good things do come to those who wait. In Oswego County, Andrew Siff, WTVH 5 News.
It's more or less where the youth can see the past and the senior citizens can reminisce.
I became more and more interested in the steam engine because it was something that was fascinating and exciting, because it was something that was no longer being used regularly to make a living with.
This is a procedure that faded out, and now we're still trying to keep them alive.
The biggest thing we could get when we was doing this was go around to everybody in the farm while they'd have a good chicken pie for dinner and beans and all that kind of stuff, and that's what it made it good. Without that, I don't know what we'd have done.